Welcome to a journey through the heart of the universe's deepest mysteries, cosmological self-equilibrium (CSE) and the cosmological equilibrium constant (CEC). In this video, we'll explore how the cosmos maintains a delicate dynamic balance across galaxies, energy fields, and even the multiverse. Whether you're a science enthusiast or just curious about how everything connects, you'll discover how these concepts offer a unified way to understand order, chaos, and the very fabric of reality. Let's begin by setting the stage for what equilibrium means on a cosmic scale. Cosmological self-equilibrium, or CSE, is the idea that the universe is not just a passive collection of matter and energy, but an actively self-regulating system. Imagine a cosmic dance where gravity, dark energy, and quantum forces interact, constantly adjusting to keep the universe in a state of dynamic balance. This isn't a static state. CSE is always evolving, responding to changes both big and small, from the birth of stars to the collision of galaxies. It's the universe's way of maintaining harmony, ensuring that chaos and order are always in a subtle, ongoing dialogue. The heart of CSE are the fundamental forces. Gravity pulls matter together, dark energy pushes it apart, and quantum fluctuations add unpredictability. These forces don't act in isolation, they're constantly influencing each other. When gravity becomes too strong, dark energy steps in to accelerate expansion. If expansion gets out of hand, gravity pulls things back. This feedback loop is what keeps the universe from tipping too far into chaos or collapsing into total order. It's a cosmic balancing act, happening everywhere all the time. Cosmological Equilibrium Constant, or CEC, is a theoretical tool that quantifies the universe's balance. Think of it as a cosmic scorecard. It measures how well the forces of expansion and contraction are matched. If the CEC is close to 1, the universe is in perfect balance. If it drifts, the universe adjusts itself to restore equilibrium. The CEC isn't just an abstract number, it's a way to capture the ongoing, self-correcting nature of the cosmos, from the smallest particles to the largest galactic structures. Let's look at CSE mathematically. Imagine summing up all the expansive forces like dark energy and entropy and subtracting all the contractive forces like gravity and coherence across the entire universe. If this sum trends toward zero, the universe is in self-equilibrium. In symbols, CSE asterisk equals sum sign EX IX, right arrow 0 as X approaches everything. This equation reflects the universe's drive to balance every push with a pull, every burst of chaos with a return to order. CEC is often represented as a ratio, the sum of all balanced states divided by the sum of all imbalanced states. If the universe is perfectly balanced, this ratio is 1. This simple formula captures a profound truth. No matter how much disorder or chaos arises, there's always a compensating force restoring balance. The CEC acts as a universal constraint, ensuring that the cosmic scales never tip too far in one direction. This framework, we use symbols to represent the totality of existence and absolute nothingness. The asterisk stands for everything or anything, all possible states, entities, and realities across the multiverse. In contrast, the empty set symbol O* represents absolute nothingness, the primordial void from which everything emerges. This duality O* asterisk underpins the entire model. From nothing, everything arises, and equilibrium is the bridge between the two. But if our universe is just one of many? In the multiverse scenario, each universe has its own CSE and CEC, but they're not isolated. Universes can influence each other through gravity, dark energy, or even quantum entanglement. The multiversal CEC is a sum of all individual CECs, weighted by how much each universe interacts with the others. This means the balance of one universe can ripple across the entire multiverse, creating a grand, interconnected equilibrium. Multiversal CEC is calculated by summing the CECs of all universes, each multiplied by a function that represents how much they influence each other. This function can include gravitational pull, dark energy effects, or quantum entanglement. The result is a dynamic, evolving measure of balance across the entire multiverse, showing how interconnected everything truly is. Quantum entanglement isn't just limited to particles in our universe. In this model, it can extend across universes, linking their states in mysterious ways. If two universes are entangled, a change in one can instantly affect the other, no matter how far apart they are. This quantum connection adds another layer to the cosmic balance, making the multiverse a truly unified system. Just as gravity shapes galaxies and stars, it can also act between universes. Universes with more mass or stronger gravity can pull on others, affecting their expansion and structure. This gravitational interplay is part of the feedback system that keeps the multiverse in balance, ensuring that no single universe dominates or collapses unchecked. Relationship between CSE and CEC is like a feedback loop. CSE is the process, the ongoing adjustment of forces to maintain balance. CEC is the outcome, the measure of how well that balance is achieved. If the universe drifts from equilibrium, CSE mechanisms kick in to restore it, and the CEC reflects this correction. This loop is what keeps the cosmos stable over billions of years. Visualize how CSE and CEC connect. Imagine a diagram where CSE processes flow into the calculation of CEC, and the value of CEC feeds back to influence CSE adjustments. This symbolic map shows the dynamic interplay between process and measurement, between action and result, across all scales of existence. This model, everything that exists is seen as a manifestation of cosmological equilibrium. Using the notation omega, where E stands for equilibrium and omega symbolizes the totality of existence, we express that all things are dynamic expressions of this foundational balance. In other words, every galaxy, particle, and even thought is a ripple in the cosmic equilibrium. Let's formalize CSE with an integral. dCSE slash dt equals integral ext ixt dx over all x and asterisk. Here ext represents expansive energies at each point in time, while ixt represents contractive forces. The goal is for the total difference to trend toward zero, indicating perfect self-equilibrium. This equation can be extended to the multiverse by summing over all universes, each with its own internal balance. EC is defined as the ratio of balanced to imbalanced states. Sec t equals bt slash ut, where bt is the measure of balance and ut is the measure of imbalance at time t as the system approaches perfect equilibrium. CEC approaches 1. In thermodynamic terms, CEC can also be seen as the ratio of negentropy order to entropy disorder, providing a bridge between physics and philosophy. CSE is the process, CEC is the output. Mathematically, sec t equals 1 slash CSE t plus epsilon, where epsilon is a small constant to avoid division by zero. As the net difference between expansive and contractive forces, CSE approaches zero, CEC approaches infinity, symbolizing perfect balance. This relationship highlights how the universe's self-regulation is both dynamic and measurable. In a multiverse, each universe has its own CEC, but the overall multiversal CEC is calculated by summing the balance metrics of all universes and dividing by the sum of their imbalances. This aggregate measure gives us a sense of how the entire multiverse trends toward equilibrium, even as individual universes fluctuate. Keep things clear, here's a quick glossary. Means element of x belongs to set x. Asterisk is the asterisk for everything anything. O-stroke is the empty set representing absolute nothingness. Means subset of or equal to is the universal quantifier meaning for all. These symbols help us express complex ideas simply and elegantly. But if the cosmos always maintains CEC as 1, this would mean that at the grandest scale the universe is always in perfect balance. Local fluctuations, chaos here, order there, are always compensated elsewhere. This hypothesis suggests that the universe's fundamental law is not randomness or determinism, but a self-balancing principle that governs all existence. CEC equals 1 is a universal law. It doesn't predict exact outcomes, but it constrains all possible states to always balance out. Locally you might see chaos or order, but globally the system remains in equilibrium. This is similar to the conservation of energy. You can't say exactly what will happen next, but you know the total must remain constant. CEC gives us boundaries for what's possible, even if it doesn't provide a crystal ball. Use CEC equals 1 deterministically, define your local system and model its expansive and contractive forces. If your system deviates from balance, the surrounding cosmos compensates. This approach doesn't predict exact microstates, but it narrows the range of outcomes to those that fit within the cosmological equilibrium envelope. It's a rule-based way to forecast tendencies and trajectories, guided by the universal law of balance. Predict future states more precisely, increase your training data both in time and space. More data means more patterns, better generalization, and more accurate forecasting. By observing how expansive and contractive forces interact over long periods and diverse conditions, your models can better simulate the natural oscillations of balance and imbalance. Simulating a system with CEC equals 1 means building models that respect the balance between expansion and integration. Break down your system into components, assign expansive and integrative values, and use differential equations to model their interactions. Feedback loops ensure that if one force grows too large, the other compensates, maintaining overall equilibrium. Simulate these dynamics, discretize your system in time and space. Use numerical integration methods like Euler's or Runge-Kutta to update the values of expansive and integrative forces at each step. By running these simulations over many cycles, you can observe how the system naturally oscillates around equilibrium, even in the face of random disturbances. Real-world systems aren't perfectly predictable. Stochastic elements, randomness or noise, are added to the simulation to reflect uncertainty. These random perturbations make the model more dynamic and realistic, showing how the system responds to unexpected shocks while still maintaining overall balance. After running your simulation, analyze the outputs to observe patterns of balance and instability. Plot the expansive and integrative forces over time, look for cycles, and identify tipping points where small changes lead to big shifts. This analysis helps you understand how equilibrium is maintained, even as the system evolves. While CEC equals 1 is a global constraint, local systems can temporarily deviate from balance. However, these deviations are always compensated elsewhere, ensuring that the total equilibrium is preserved. This principle applies to everything from ecosystems to economies, showing the universality of the equilibrium law. The concept of CEC also ties into the arrow of time. As the universe evolves, local increases in entropy disorder are balanced by increases in order elsewhere. This ongoing exchange is what gives time its direction while still preserving the overall equilibrium. The universe's history is a story of balance maintained through change. Beyond physics, CSE and CEC have deep philosophical implications. They suggest that existence itself is a process of ongoing balance where chaos and order, creation and destruction are intertwined. This perspective offers a new way to think about meaning, purpose, and the interconnectedness of all things. If you're inspired to share your ideas about CSE and CEC, there are many ways to publish. Platforms like Zenodo, Medium, and RZiv allow anyone from scientists to enthusiasts to share their work with the world. You don't need formal credentials. What matters is clarity, structure, and openness. Publishing your theory can spark new conversations and inspire others to explore the mysteries of cosmic balance. Let's recap the key symbols. For everything, O stroke for absolute nothing, omega for cosmological equilibrium, and CSE for the dynamic and measured aspects of balance. These symbols help us express complex ideas in a compact, intuitive way, bridging the gap between mathematics, philosophy, and intuition. CEC isn't just a mathematical tool, it's a lens for understanding reality itself. By focusing on balance, we see that every event, every fluctuation is part of a larger pattern. This holistic view encourages us to look beyond isolated phenomena and appreciate the interconnected web of existence. Principles of CSE and CEC can be applied beyond cosmology. In systems thinking, business, ecology, and even personal growth, the idea of maintaining balance through feedback and adaptation is universal. By modeling systems with these concepts, we can better predict, manage, and harmonize complex processes. In AI, models can be trained with CEC-based constraints, ensuring that predictions and actions maintain systemic balance. This approach can lead to more robust, adaptive, and resilient systems, capable of handling uncertainty and change while preserving overall harmony. On a personal level, the idea of equilibrium resonates with our own lives. We constantly balance work and rest, growth and stability, chaos and order. Recognizing these patterns can help us navigate challenges, make better decisions, and find harmony within ourselves and our communities. Looking ahead, the fate of the universe may depend on how CSE and CEC play out over cosmic timescales. Whether the cosmos ends in a big freeze, big crunch, or perpetual rebalancing, the principle of equilibrium will guide its evolution. This perspective invites us to see the universe not as a random accident, but as a self-organizing, self-balancing system. Summary: Cosmological Self-Equilibrium and the Cosmological Equilibrium Constant offer a powerful framework for understanding the universe. From the smallest particles to the largest structures, from the birth of stars to the fate of the multiverse, everything is part of a grand dance of balance. By embracing this perspective, we open ourselves to new insights, new questions, and a deeper appreciation of the cosmos. If you're inspired by these ideas, consider exploring them further through research, discussion, or creative projects. Share your thoughts, build models, or write your own interpretations. The journey of understanding is ongoing, and every perspective adds to the richness of the cosmic story. Thank you for joining this exploration of cosmic balance. For more information, check out resources on Zenodo, Medium, and Arziv, or connect with communities of science enthusiasts and thinkers. Remember, you don't need to be a professional scientist to contribute. Curiosity and openness are the keys to discovery. Let's revisit some of the key diagrams that illustrate the relationships between CSE, CEC, and the multiverse. These visuals help make abstract concepts tangible, showing how balance, feedback, and manifestation are woven into the fabric of reality. Before we close, here's a glossary of symbols and terms used throughout this video. Asterisk for everything, O stroke for nothing, omega for equilibrium, CSE for self-equilibrium, CEC for the equilibrium constant, for element of, for subset of, and for all. Understanding these symbols makes it easier to navigate the world of cosmic balance. The universe is full of mysteries, and the journey to understand them is never-ending. Whether you're a scientist, an IT professional, or simply driven by intuition, your perspective matters. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and remember, balance is everywhere waiting to be discovered. As we conclude, reflect on how the principles of CSE and CEC can inspire not just scientific discovery, but also personal growth and collective harmony. The cosmos is a living, breathing system of balance, and so are we. Thank you for watching, and may your own journey be guided by curiosity and equilibrium. For more on cosmological self-equilibrium and the cosmological equilibrium constant, explore the recommended readings and join the conversation online. Stay curious, stay balanced, and keep reaching for the stars.